Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Pablo the Third, back at you with another episode. Pablo Game Talk number three. I got a guest here with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, Fatal Mephisto, aka you may also know me if you used to be a fan of me on here on YouTube, known as Bear Hugger 29, but I'm no longer named that. But anyways, glad to be on your show for the first time here on your show. Actually, and sadly, I won't be able to stay too long, but at least I'm here anyways to shoot the shits for about 30 minutes with you, man, before I have to get out of here and go to the store before I have to jump into another podcast.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I appreciate it nonetheless.
Hey, no problem, buddy.
Um, let's get right into it. So, first topic of the day. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered listing spotted. Apparently, it has a release date of April 30th. What are your thoughts about that? You think that's legit or bullshit?
Was that the one that was on Amazon?
Yeah, the one from Italy, I think. Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny because I remember hearing about this about back in, I think it was in December
Yeah.
last year. I heard rumors floating around that Modern Warfare 2 it was getting remastered. I'm not surprised by it. Now, will I get it? More than likely, probably no, only because of how chintzy and dirty Activision treated the Modern Warfare remake or remastered one that came out last year, I believe it was. And then also adding more DLC that you have to pay for on top of that. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm wondering why they would drop two Call of Duties again. Like, are they that scared of the Red Dead Redemption 2 release? Like, so I don't really understand what's going on with that.
I don't think they're scared of RDR because right now Call of Duty and is really the only franchise that can actually compete sale wise with anything that Rockstar comes out with. And Rockstar obviously will be victorious in the end, regardless. But I don't think that's the case. But although it's funny because I going based on their release date for October for Black Ops 4, I can see why a lot of people are saying that, and it kind of does make sense just to get a little bit of an upper edge. But I mean, it's COD. People are going to buy it regardless if they love it and hate it. Let's be honest. We all have a love-hate relationship for COD. So we're definitely going to be there, but at the same time, I think Rockstar, or for a game like RDR2, that game needs a month on its own. Like nothing else should be coming out that month. Period.
Yeah, exactly. Everything else is gonna get fucking wrecked, bro. Like that month.
If it's not COD, no, forget anything else that's going up against or after RDR for that month is.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be crazy. We just talked about this. You just sent this to me, but we can bring it up on the show here for everyone in the chat. Okay. So Spyro officially got announced. Spyro Treasure Trilogy will be coming exclusively to the PS4 this year. Most likely it'll come out next year for other platforms, but it's coming out November 23rd, 2018. Perfect time for it to get released. What do you think about it? Like, hype for it?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Yo, when they announced that Crash trilogy, right? I thought it was just going to be a remaster, but it looks almost like a remake remaster. And then after this announcement, if you're people out there who have never played Spyro, you're in for a fucking treat. That's all I'm going to say. Now, if you were born in that time period, but you do not pick up this remaster, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this. Like, I can't stop looking at the screenshot. It's just like the way everything looks. Like this shit just looks insane. Like, oh man, I can't wait for this shit to come out. And it's a fucking trilogy too. So you're gonna have a lot of fucking games to play. So that's pretty fucking sick, man. I'm really hyped for that. But let's move on here. Let's see. All right. We got some news here about The Witcher. Geralt of Rivia will be guest starring in Soul Calibur 6. And count me in. I was already hyped for the game already, but like them confirming this guy in the game has me fucking even hyped even more. So they confirmed him as a guest character. They said he's going to be arriving alongside with a new stage set in his training ground of Kaer Morhen. Music tied to The Witcher 3, so that's gonna be fucking sick. They're making a really big deal out of this. I think he's gonna launch alongside the game because he's on the box art. So I'm wondering if he's gonna be integral with the story as well. What are your thoughts about this?
Is he a specific console exclusive character, or is he going to be in like all three or all both console versions?
Oh, he's gonna be in both console
Oh,
versions.
okay, okay.
Yeah, so
Um, it's definitely it fits. It works well, obviously, and I could easily say that he's got more combat moves than he does in Witcher 3.
yeah.
Because I was not a fan of the combat in Witcher 3 at all. But I'm not saying Witcher 3 was a bad game. But no, I mean, I saw the trailer for it there yesterday on Facebook, man. I was just like, you know what, this guy definitely fits. He works well. So I'm kind of glad they actually put him in there, actually, to be honest, because that's going to get people that never fucked with Witcher before are now going to see what this character is, and they might find interest more in this character. But you know what? Let me go out and try this Witcher 3 and see what all the hype and craze is about. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
definitely a smart move. Definitely a smart move.
definitely. All right, let's move on to the next topic right here. Let's talk about Far Cry 5 for a little bit.
Oh boy.
Saw a couple people complaining online about the microtransactions inside of the game, but I'll read you here what GameSpot said about the microtransactions for Far Cry 5. So, Far Cry 5's microtransactions will be available for single player and co-op, and apparently head-to-head multiplayer as well. It'll probably make gamers happy to learn that Far Cry 5's microtransaction items are cosmetic only. They do not affect gameplay. So we have that
Yeah.
there. And, people are still pissed off about it, which I don't understand why. They're not being forced to pay for any of this shit, and they're still pissed off. Well, why do you think that is, man?
They're not pissed off at the cosmetics. They're pissed off at the fact that you could buy a boost to progress your progression along faster.
Yeah.
That's what they're mainly pissed off about. And I have to agree with that. I mean, that's kind of bullshit where you can sit there and pay like $5 or $6 for something that'll actually give you a boost in your progression compared to everybody else. How the fuck is that fair to me? If people out there are doing it legitimately and someone's like, you know what, I'm lazy as fuck. Let me just cop this for $6 and that way I can get ahead of the curve. What? That's fucking retarded.
But wait, like, are you mad that they could do that in single player, or like you mean in terms of doing it in a PvP setting, or just
Both.
both?
Both. Yeah, just both. But I think it's strictly for single player only.
Yeah.
I just think it's stupid because it kind of just makes people feel like they don't really care to play the game legitimately. So they just want to like, I'm going to take the easy way out and cheap, or take the pay method out and just say fuck it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, well, like what Tails game was it last gen that came out last gen that had like a billion fucking DLCs, microtransactions for it, and they had like
Yeah.
booster packs you can get in order to level up quicker and do whatever the case may be. It's like, man, do we really need that and shit, man? Like, come on, people are too lazy to play the game legitimately to grind. Me personally, though, I mean, outside from my bitchiness about it, I'm not buying Far Cry 5. I
Yeah.
think overall the game looks like shit in my opinion. Far Cry has stepped away from what Far Cry truly is, and I'm definitely not getting Far Cry 5.
Okay. Okay, definitely, I definitely respect that. Me personally, I won't be getting the game day one, but I will be getting it down the line somewhere. Um, some people were kind of comparing it to the Shadow of War situation. I think that is a little bit worse in my opinion because they try to make you pay for a true ending, which was fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. So I wasn't down for that. That was bullshit. I did still buy the game, but I was pissed off that they did that. I didn't know about that until the last minute, and it sucks because they try to make you grind and fight through all the fortresses and shit. It was fucking bullshit.
You
Um,
know, it's funny that you say that because remember in Far Cry 4, after when people discovered that you could sit there at the beginning of the game and wait for that guy to come out of the house for like, I think it's like how many hours or something like that. And he
yeah,
comes
it
out
was
and the
like a
game
long
ends.
time.
And the
Yeah,
game, I wonder how many people actually fucking did that shit and sit there and say they'd beat Far Cry 4.
yeah.
Like,
Wow,
yeah, man,
I
I'm good.
forgot about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I remember that shit. They showed that shit off on GameSpot, and I saw a video about that. Someone here said that Far Cry 5 has a great map editor. I didn't know they were bringing that back.
Yeah, they
Actually,
are. Now, that's one thing I will definitely agree with, though, for sure, is the map editor. Ever since even Far Cry 2 had it. And
yeah,
the first game too was well on PC, if I'm not mistaken. But I know when Far Cry 2 console wise came out, and they actually did do the whole map editor thing. That's one of the cool things that I will say that I'm glad they kept in there, especially in 3, because I had a lot of fun with the map editor in 3.
yeah, definitely, no doubt. I will say, like, the DLC announcements that they made for the game does look pretty fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie, it's like Blood Dragon level type sick to me. So I'm kind of excited for that. It's weird because I'm like, more excited for that than I am for the main game, which is weird, but yeah, um, I'm excited nonetheless for it. And I'll get it down the line. So let's see what else can we talk about. Okay, so there's this new game called Rico. It's being developed by a small UK studio. I'm not sure if you heard about this.
What's it called? Rico?
Yeah, it's called Rico. It's a
Uh,
arcade style first person shooter inspired by modern action cinema. Um, in the game, you and a friend play as a pair of loose cannon police partners, given 24 hours to crack a case as part of an elite organized crime task force. So they list some of the things you can do here. You can compete against the clock to solve a case in 24 hours, online co op and offline split screen play, daily play with online leaderboards, randomly generated cases, operations, and environments, unlockable weapons, traits, and weapon types. And I saw the trailer for it, man. It's pretty sick. You can kick doors down, and once you kick them down, like everything goes in slow mo, and then you just shoot everybody the fuck up in there. It's gonna be fucking sick, man.
I'm gonna have to look this up, man. This is coming to consoles, right?
Yeah, it's
PC
coming
and
at
shit.
every fucking console, bro. This fall, so I'm pretty hyped up for it.
I'm
They
gonna have to look
didn't,
into that. I'm
yeah,
definitely gonna have to look into that.
they didn't list a price for it. I'm hoping it's not gonna be too much, but I wouldn't mind paying like $40 for it because it looks pretty sick to play with a friend. But yeah, it's coming out this year. If you guys want to look into that in the chat, I would definitely recommend it. And definitely give them the support because it's a small studio, and it looked like they really made a special game here. And I'm being a little biased because I just love like slow down time in games like Vanquish, Max Payne. Like I'm obsessed with that type of style of mechanic and shit. So that's gonna be sick. Let's see what else we got here. We got one more topic right here. Um, we were talking about this earlier, but you wanna kind of reiterate about what you were talking about with the cloud division that Microsoft came up with?
Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let me just grab that picture again here. I was just looking at it there a moment ago. So I posted on Twitter. I think it was somebody from my buddy's Discord that posted it. And I think it's rather important because the fact that a lot of people right now are out there, they're speaking their mind, their concerns, and everything in related to Microsoft's coming, talking about the whole entire cloud division and blah blah blah. And and to be fair, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, the problem that I have is with a lot of these people out there, like they tend to think they know what they're, excuse me, sorry, they think they know what they're talking about. But at the same time, like they try to look at it from the way they're looking at it, but they're not looking at it from the right angle. I know that sounds really, really weird. But anyways, so this post comes from Reddit. And the only reason why this holds a little tiny bit of weight, and I'll take this what I'm about to say with a grain of salt, but it holds a little tiny bit of weight for two reasons, and I'll explain into why here, and I'm done reading this. Basically, this guy goes on Reddit and he basically says, I have a friend who works for Microsoft down in Washington. He told me that the company is divided into divisions such as their business side, their cloud computing, Xbox, and something else. Apparently, he said an entire division of Microsoft is now dedicated solely to games. The acquisition of them, the development of them and the publishing of them, not a division for Xbox, an entire division of the entire company itself. I was bitching to him one day about how I thought the Xbox Series C lacks right now in exclusives compared to Sony, and he told me about this, blah, 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 blah. Just basically talks about a little bit more about what he said, so on and so forth. But the interesting thing is that Major Nelson replied back to this fucking Reddit post and just says, go on with it with four little dots next to it. Yeah. Now, another reason why this holds a little bit of weight is because of the direction of E3 that Microsoft is going this year. They're not doing their traditional, LA convention booth stands like they normally do on like a year-to-year fucking basis. Now they're actually going out and doing the entire Microsoft theater right across the street. Like the whole entire Microsoft across the street is going to be all Xbox centric shit. all right, or everything Microsoft centric, however you want to look at it. And so it definitely is something that I want to keep in the back of my mind going forward, because this could be the final year where Microsoft finally is like, hey, you know what? Let's shut these motherfuckers up once and for all. Let's prove to them that we do have shit coming. We got shit coming up for the rest of this year. Blah, 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 blah. Now, look, I know what people are going to tell me, and I would honestly would not blame people for saying this, is the fact that, you know, saying one thing about Microsoft, or Microsoft coming out and saying something, whether it be like Aaron fat ass Greenberg or Phil Spencer or somebody else in that division, comes out, says something, and then when we actually get all excited for it and we look at E3 and we all get let down, right? So I don't blame people for thinking that, you know, nothing's going to come out of this. It just seems a little odd for me that out of nowhere Microsoft would drastically change their approach to E3 this year, in my opinion. It doesn't make sense to me unless they were going to do something big, right? So I mean, I don't know. I would really want to see Microsoft come out with at least one win out of this generation for something. And I think this might be their year. I think this might be their fucking year, dude. Because I mean, going back to what I was saying, you off air wise too as well, there, Pablo, about Dice with Phil Spencer, you know, saying that, you know, we want to reboot the Xbox brand, and that's essentially what they're doing. Now, I know people are concerned about the whole entire, you know, with the recent announcement there about games for service thing there for the cloud computing shit, you know, having their streaming service being on multiple devices. Here's the thing what people don't realize, right? Now, am I against this? No, not at all, because Sony's going to do the exact same thing when they realize how much money Microsoft is going to be pulling in for mobile devices. And I'll get to that in a minute. And I'm not saying in the sense that what Sony's going to do is something to the extent of that. No, they're just going to take their PS Now service and make it more, you know, on different devices and whatever the case would be, because there would be a smart move if they did that. However, Microsoft right now, what they're planning on doing is with this computer device, right? Is they're going to make their streaming service be on multiple devices. It's going to be on the Switch. It's going to be on every platform. I very, very, very unlikely don't see it going on PlayStation, only because I'm pretty sure Sony's going to deny it, especially if it's a competitor application that you know Microsoft's going to charge for. So I don't see it going on the PS4. However, it's not a bad thing, because Game Pass is going to be something that's going to be there to hold value to those people that want to own the console, right? Game Pass that's going to be there to hold the consoles, you know, our gamers' interest. Whereas the actual streaming service itself is going to be designed there for people that don't fuck with the Xbox and don't care for that console, right? Or maybe that, you know, they want to play like Halo 5 or Halo 6, whatever the case may be, but they don't want to have to go out and spend so much money on a console for it, right? So what they'll do is they'll pay for a month or a year or whatever the case may be of the streaming service and play their stuff through an actual streaming service in and of itself. But a lot of people out there will never fucking play their games through a streaming service because their internet sucks.
Yeah, and the latency for a first-person shooter like that, it's going to be really bad.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see how things go. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it in my eyes. And if that does take off for Microsoft, I could see Sony jumping on board with PS Now. I could see them expanding outside of PS4 and PC right now. Because a lot of people are saying, like, oh, now Sony has no more exclusives now because of this whole entire charade. And it's like, okay, if you want to go based on that logic, then I can sit there and say that Sony has no more exclusives anymore, given the fact that a lot of their shit's on PS Now. PS4 games are on PS Now. Not their newer shit, no. But other games like Killzone and other ones that are on PS Now, does that mean they're not exclusive anymore because that actual streaming service is on fucking PC now? No, because it's still running through an actual PlayStation server.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think a lot of people are just jumping the gun on this just because, you know, they look at it from a negative limelight, anything to bash on Xbox with. That's fine. That makes sense. I get it. I just think a lot of people are overlooking a lot of the actual things that a lot of people are just sitting there and they don't see it for themselves because they don't realize it for themselves.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? Sorry, I'm late.
No worries, man. No worries.
Is this the Messiah?
Late. The Messiah of Xbox is here, man. Welcome, man.
I would have sworn to God, no wonder I heard the whole coming from out of nowhere, man.
What do you think about that, though, Craig? The whole cloud gaming service and everything going on.
I slightly disagree because within 3 to 4 years, which according to Microsoft, that's what they're looking at. We are going to be the United States. I mean, I live in a rural state, and we are even scheduled through Spectrum to have everybody to be at 100 up or whatever you want to call it, 100 up, 100 down, whatever you want to call it. That is going to be the standard in our state. So, And we're rural. Again, I live in Kentucky, so it's a rural state. Yeah, we got Louisville, Bowling Green, Lexington, but that's it. Those are our 3 cities, So, I was saying this earlier on my podcast. I think what Microsoft is going to do is there'll be a console, and they'll say, look, but the console is going to be for the hardcore gamer. They'll say, if you want the optimum way to play this game on console, of course, the best way to always play it will be on PC. Let's just keep it 100%. But if you want the better console,
man, fuck PC. No, you're right, though. You're right.
They're going to say, here's the console. It's going to be whatever, 4K, whatever, 1440p, 4K, running whatever, 30, 60 frames per second. Okay, fine. The app that will be on a television, they will say, and I called the person that would use the app Casual Curtis. Okay.
Yes.
Casual Curtis has 2 kids, 9 and 7, and he will play some games with his buddies, but he's not gonna buy a console that's gonna cost $500 or whatever Microsoft charges for their console. So he will say, okay, I can play whatever Halo with you guys, except the app. And again, whether it be through the Ethernet or, probably let's just say Microsoft says you got to run it through the Ethernet for now because the Wi-Fi is too slow. So, because I agree with you on that, the latency will be horrible. But they may say, okay, Halo through the app service is going to be 800p, but still running 60 frames per second. Okay, that way that our 720p or pick your number. I'm not a whatever pixel, but you're going to still be able to link up with your buddies. And just like I play on the Xbox X. So if I play Forza Motorsports, and I said this earlier, say against Fatal, and Fatal's got the S. Well, yeah, Fatal's not going to load the 4K texture mode and stuff like that, but we will still be able to drive on the same tracks, and he's not going to be lagging behind because I'm playing at 30 or PUP or what do you call it, players broken game, whatever you want to call it. We're still, even though we're on different consoles. And again, can Microsoft make that work in 3 years, 3 to 4 years? Yeah.
Uncom brings up a very, very good point too as well in the chat about how like PUBG on iPhone in China. So by 2020, all new TVs will have the power of the X. He's got a good point.
Well, again,
the way TVs are evolving, that's something that I completely ignored myself too as well. So that's a very, very good point.
Yeah, and today when I bought a TV today, and I almost bought a Hisense TV, and that's made, I think, in China.
I saw that TV. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna steal that. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I wanted to show people because they're like, well, are you buying these 4K TVs at these prices? Air quotes that you're getting them. And I'm like, look, this is an out of box buy. I got it for $540. Nothing was missing, mint condition. I don't know if I'm going to keep
price though for that though, Craig. That was a good price.
Yeah, it was a best buy. I made fun of it. They were mocking me in the store. I'm like, it's a best buy. And he even said,
you fucker.
Yeah, they were laughing at it. But I still want the 90. They had an 800E, Sony 800E in there. I'm like, if that goes on sale in the next 13 days, I'm bringing this TV back. But I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda on the PlayStation Pro on this TV, and I am stunned, absolutely stunned at the.
I got that TV, man, but I got this fucking TCL instead, man. I kind of regret not getting that.
Here, before I have to go there, Pablo, let me just share my screen and show Craig what the image that I wanted him to see. Yeah, just whatever. So, Craig, if you click on my screen real quick, please, or on my name in the Hangout. I don't want to have to read it again because I already read it out like before you came in, but this is basically the thing that I wanted to show you. And it does hold a little bit of weight behind it, only because of the fact that you got what's his name down there, fucking glove wearing Nelson down there, fucking basically not debunking it, but at the same time, it does kind of go with hand in hand with how their E3 is set up this year.
Yeah.
Plus those rumors that I saw. I mean, even though I never really take 4chan rumors at all, like I always take those with like 3 goddamn freaking Mount Everest freaking mountains of freaking salt when it comes to 4chan. But like I would like to see those rumors be true. I would like to see, a sequel to Cuphead. I want to see this new game called Hellfire that whatever new company is making. It's not the company that's from Cuphead that's making it. It's a brand new company that we don't know about yet. I want to see that anniversary of Banjo 1 be done in a remake. And now also to even add to that, there was a rumor that I saw on NeoGAF today about Rare working on two projects, one being Sea of Thieves and another one that's been unannounced, which could very well be the 20th anniversary of fucking Banjo-Kazooie getting a remake.
Could be.
Yeah, and again, I've said to several people, the problem isn't. Yeah, that's fine. What you got right there. Hope it's true.
Same here. I really hope to God that it is.
Yeah, the problem is that you've got a group of people, again, grown ass men, saying that what Sony's doing, showing games, whatever, a year out, 2 years out, hell, even 3 to 4 years out, that's not what they wanted. So now they're begging Microsoft to do that. I'm like, Microsoft always used to do that. Everybody used to do that. Yeah. Show you what you're getting in a year or two. Hey, here's what you invested in. So
hey, at this point, I agree with you for 100% for sure. There, Craig. At least that show us something. I don't care if it's like a year or 2 years out. At least giving me something for a reason to hold on to this fucking console, which is what people want. Which is exactly what people want.
Yeah, and again, mine is for sale because I'm like, damn, I was. I mean, I can watch the UHD movie.
Yeah.
I can stream 4K video. The only thing, 4K textures. Again, guys, I'm not. Now, granted, I had a low gambit. Yeah, I was in the 6000 series on the Samsung, so I can clearly tell you there's a difference from the 6 to the 7. Do not let these people at the store try to tell you that there's not a big difference. No, it's a significant jump. Once you get and I haven't calibrated the higher end settings yet, the gamma and all that stuff. But the game looks, I'm sitting here like I'm stunned, at the difference in my TV, my old one and this new one. But ultimately, Microsoft is fine. They had a crappy fan base, that was outspoken. It was a minority. But it was a vocal minority because again, you don't hear Fatal online bitching about the games. You don't hear, shout out to Rand Thor. He's not bitching about, because they're playing their games, and it's but ultimately that's what it came down to. Now, is there more going into it? Do they want access to the same games that Sony has? Yes, Hellblade proves that. We got receipts, okay? Yes, as soon as they mocked Hellblade, bug-eyed little girl, walking simulator, what's the big deal? All of a sudden, it gets announced, it's coming. Now they're jumping up and down doing backflips, fellatio, whatever you want to call it. So, that's them though. That they no longer are representative of the Xbox community. That's why I'm here. So,
when everybody started calling, I forget what her name is, Melina Jurgens, I think is what her name is, the one that played Senua in Hellblade. Yeah. When everybody kept on saying like bug eyes and whatever, man, that was so disheartening to me, man. Because look, when you see her, like when she's not in her mocap outfit, dude, she's such a cutie, man. Yeah, she's so cute, man.
Yeah, the character was designed to be. When you see her at the end, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. When you see her at the end, well, she ain't even looking that good. When you see her at the end, it's like you finally get to see what your character actually looks like. That you were, you were projecting something different than what's there. You see what you really look like. It's like, well, you look like crap anyway. What are these people talking about? But yeah, I don't disagree with you, Fatal. It's a group of people that's complaining because they want the same games. Again, if you don't think they want to play like Yakuza 6 and the God of Wars and Detroit Become Human, they want to play those games.
That's why I have a PS4.
Yeah, and just get both consoles. And again, if you can't at this point, like I said, go paint a fence, cut somebody's lawn, whatever you got to do.
No, because I've always looked at this as nothing more than an excuse, right? Whenever I hear people say that, well, what if people can't afford it? Motherfucker, man, look at how many people ran out and bought 2 Xboxes. Yeah. Fucking, dude, you could have easily sat there and bought one Xbox One S and then used that same amount of money for your fucking X and bought a PS4 or bought a Pro.
Yeah.
Or bought your X, but yet bought a PS4 vanilla. Like I find it rather hilarious, man, that like I myself fucking, despite this generation, man, like last gen, I had all 3. And I'm the obvious poor motherfucker on the face of this fucking planet. And I was able to get all 3 last gen. Not a problem.
Hey Pablo, where's your channel at? I can't find it on my YouTube search.
I can send you a link to it. Hold up, I got you right now. See if I
Yeah.
can.
And see, even Garuda agrees, man. Yeah, that Melina Jurgens chick, man. She's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, she's fine,
She's
bro.
super
Well, again,
fucking
they were.
cute.
Definitely
Yeah,
tap
you're
that.
right. Yeah, they're
Pablo.
complaining. They're filing a complaint. Again, the men that are filing the grown men filing a complaint. They're complaining because they don't. Again, because now we have the receipts. As soon as they got an announcement of Hellblade, whether you call it unofficial, official, however you call it, they immediately changed their tune. It was immediate. It was bam. Oh, we're getting it now. And again, they rather have access to it, even if they don't want to play it, because they still feel in their heart that the Xbox is the better console and these games should be available to them anyway. That's just the way they feel. I mean, once you look at the pathology of the way they think, you can now anticipate everything they're going to say. I mean, I debated Halo Storm months ago. I knew what he was going to say before he said it, and I didn't know what the questions were going to be. Like I know the pathology. So I just drug him into the deep water and let him drown himself.
Yeah, one thing with these Xbox fanboys is like they ask for. I noticed that they ask for a lot of these PS4 exclusives and ask like, "Oh, is it gonna come to Xbox or anything?" But when we want to get a game from them and stuff, it's an issue. Like when a game over there comes over to PlayStation, why is it an issue then? Like I don't understand the hypocrisy in the game community when it comes to stuff like that. Like why? Like why can't? Why does it matter what game goes to what platform? Like just enjoy the fucking game, or just get another system. Like you motherfuckers already buying like 5 Xbox Ones and shit. It's all on your shelves and all that. You can't dish out a little bit of that just to get a PS4.
Lack of access has led them to where they are. I mean, again, the everything's gone 180. It's gone from we don't want to see games 2 to 3 years out to grown men. I mean, that's why I said what I said. You got grown men now saying, I don't feel special. Where's my IP? Show us. I mean, these are grown men saying this. You had another Xbox guy saying, State of Decay. Because State of Decay this is when it leaked out of Europe, $29.99, hadn't been official, was not official yet. This dude did a video saying, if it's $29.99, I'm going to feel some type of way. Again, when did grown-ass men start feeling some kind of way? There's something right there. I mean, again, where I'm from, and I'm old school, if I heard a man talking like that, I'm not going to say it on your podcast, but they're perspiring. And I'm just gonna leave it there, So it's just, I don't get why they're complaining, but the lack of access has led them to the statements that they're making, and they know it now. I mean, everybody can hear it. Where's our IP? Where's our killer app at? That's what they're saying. Dude, you bought this thing not knowing what you were getting.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, did you not do fucking research and find out what games were going to be coming to the system within a year or two? Like, that's on you for choosing a console that you knew wasn't going to be able to provide for you in the long run.
And Fatal knows this too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're moist.
Fatal knows this because they what's happened is they painted a narrative. Because I heard one of them say, I heard Jabba Jabba the Had say, the games are going to look so much better on the X. This is a quote that the PlayStation community was going to bail out on the PlayStation because they were graphics whores anyway. These are his words. And then the third-party developers are going to come running back. That's what they thought. That is a direct quote, and that shows you the pathology. And me and the podcast we were on last weekend with Foxy Games, Xbox 448. Despite being presented with evidence to the contrary of what he was saying, he would not back off of the media push 1080p over 900p, and everybody bought PlayStations. He didn't give a damn that the PlayStation was $100 cheaper, okay, and had more games coming out down the line. That doesn't register to them. And it's nothing against that dude, nothing against him. but that's the pathology. They built an entire subset of fans on this lie, and now the lie comes falling apart.
Oh my god, dude! Yes, I remember that resolution gate, dude. Holy fuck!
Yeah, I remember that parody shit with Unity.
Yeah, I remember that shit, dude. Yo, let me just say this before I have to get out of here there, Pablo, real quick. Exclusives are the reasons why people are attracted to their console of fucking choice. Exactly. It always has been that way. It's never been about the power. The power is always a secondary, favorite for amongst gamers if they want it. But fucking exclusives are the reason why Sony is popping right now.
Yeah, and Nintendo. And
Nintendo too.
And shout out to Worry Ward, another YouTuber, and Randall Thor. Randall Thor had Worry Ward on his show last year, and he said, Rand, do you really think a third-party game on the Xbox is going to look better than a first-party game?
Just get cut out.
Yeah,
it looks better right now than not Gears. I was gonna say, there's nothing on the Xbox first party that looks better than Detroit Become Human right now. Okay, I mean, I'm not. If you just want to look at it graphically, it does not look better. The third party stuff doesn't look better. Assassin's Creed, which looks good, does not look better than
Origins, man. That game is such a chore to get through, man.
It's a grind. Yeah,
I know that it's a grind, but it's so fucking boring, man.
Well, if you like the story, because I like that story.
Oh no, I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna beat it, but it's gonna be one of those games I'm just gonna fucking take my time and play maybe like an hour or something once in a while, man.
That's what I do.
I'll try through it. But Pablo, listen, man, thank you so much for letting me be on your podcast, dude. I appreciate it so much. I gotta run to the store before I have to jump on somebody else's fucking show. But they did say they want you on there as well, so I will give you the link when it goes live for when you're done here.
Oh, sweet,
sweet. So I'll see you on that show, man. But thanks everybody that's in the chat. Thank you for having me as your guest. I appreciate it. And I'll definitely be on a future episode, man, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I would love to have you here, man.
Was that there, Craig?
Where are you going?
I'm going to the store. And then I got invited. No. J-Wags is doing his show at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And invited me there yesterday. So.
All right, cool. Cool. Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Pablo, man. I'll see you over there, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Right. See you there.
Later, Craig.
Take it easy, but take it easy, Fado. Yeah. Keep on listening.
It doesn't matter, man. I just accept it with the way it goes, man. Fuck it, right?
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Later. All right. So, Craig, now I want to ask you something, man. What dream prediction do you want to see happen at E3 this year for any company? It could be anyone that's presenting at E3 this year, Bethesda, EA, anything.
Donkey Kong gets a major release on. I know they're bringing that basic Donkey Kong game to Switch. BioWare comes out on stage and announces a treatment, whatever you want to call it, for Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. If they can get Andromeda, that's fine too. But those first 3 games, they'd say we're going to give it the treatment, maybe get it to 1440p, 30 frames per second, get it looking clean and pristine. Give us all the DLC for free. Just let us have that and sell it to us for like $39.99. And for PlayStation, let's see here, it's a double dream. Both S's though, Cyclone Filter getting redone. And then possibly SOCOM, which are pipe dreams. I mean, we're getting a Tomb Raider game. We got shout out to Rand out there. We're getting Code Vein, I think in May as well. Another big title I'm going to be buying. So I'm going to be the broke messiah. I'm going to have to go beg for donations. Let's have to buy this TV. So. If I keep it, shout out to Hard 8 Times. He's right. Keep your receipts for because if something goes on sale, I'll just bring my TV right back. Like, oh look, y'all got this one because I'd rather have the 800E. But I'm not gonna lie. They lied to me at Best Buy, about this 7,000 because this is an actual really, really nice TV. So
yeah, I was actually gonna get that, man, but I don't know. I just fucked up, man. I got this TCL. It's decent, but the HDR is shitty.
Really, I thought it was 10. No, that's right. No, she told me it wasn't. Yeah. She kind of gave me a crash course on it has to be 10-bit, and like even my 7000, she said it gets you closer to native HDR, or there's active HDR and passive. At least this one has active HDR. The other, your TV has passive. Now, do you have it set up right?
Yeah, I do have everything set up correctly. And when I do put it on, it looks really washed out. So I just keep it off. It's a pretty good 4K TV though. Like everything looks sharp on it. You know. So
Damn.
that's pretty
I
good.
almost bought one.
Good.
That's the one I almost bought. I was like, well, tell me about the TCL. Tell me about this. I think it was I wanted the X90,
Oh
which
yeah,
was
that one is I heard was good. I believe.
oh my god, Paul, that thing was mind blowing. And if that been on sale, I would have bought it. I would have bought it. I would have paid my rent late. I would have bought that damn thing. But nah, don't do that, kids. Always pay your bills, but don't be like
bills, man.
But yeah, they've this for me personally, I can, when she said you're not going to see it, she said I wouldn't make the jump from the 6 to the 7. That's why I was telling people today on my podcast. Do not believe that. If you got the 6 series Samsung, which again is a good TV, it's a good entry level 4K TV, but it's got a low gamut. I'm just looking at my TV, and like she said, the 7000 has a better natural light on it anyway, and the Samsung TVs are already super bright, So, but yeah, this looks stunning. But I can look at this all day. I'm just literally like, oh my god, this is a huge difference. So, but what else is happening? You got talk about Far Cry 5 microtransactions.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like people complain about having microtransactions in the game when it doesn't really affect the gameplay entirely or in any other way. I don't know why people complain about this. It's not being forced on you, so you don't have to fucking buy it. Like I understand you don't want it in a game because you just don't want the option of buying something to help you unlock every single thing in the game. But they're not. I know Ubisoft. They're not gonna design a Far Cry game where it sucks, or where it's hard to progress through the story and unlock all the gadgets. They're not gonna do that. It's gonna be really easy to unlock everything. Oh, my boy Symphony said he wants to invite. But tell me what you think about that while I invite him to the show.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with Far Cry 5 because to me they've been hit or miss. I liked 1 and 4. And I even like Primal, the other 2 and 3 I was just kind of as far as the microtransactions, yeah, as long as it's not one of those. I don't mind if it's something that makes like skins, like because I played Mass Effect and I bought all the skins for all the characters, different ones, because I've played it. People are like, well, why do your characters look different? I'm like, I bought the skins, so my Miranda looks different than your Miranda.
Yo,
what's up, brother?
What's going on? What's good, Harbinger?
What's happening?
Yeah, but yeah, we were talking about the Far Cry 5 microtransactions. What do you think about that, Symphony?
I mean, does it affect like progression?
No, it does not affect progression at all, man. People are just, I feel like, complaining really.
If it's just like at this day and age, like the way I feel about the whole microtransaction in general, yo, you ain't gonna stop it from happening. No matter what you do, you can vote with your wallet. It's not gonna stop. Long as it doesn't do like what Battlefront is doing, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Cosmetics is cosmetics, and that's what it should be for only. You know what I'm saying?
And people gotta also understand too, like the developer is making the money off of the microtransactions. The game, well, like when it's being sold, the $60 game that you're getting, that's what Ubisoft is getting. So like you gotta kind of also think about it like that. Also like do some research about it because a lot of people assume that it's just like, okay, it's just a quick cash grab for Ubisoft.
I got a question about Far Cry 5. Does it have like PvP multiplayer like how Far Cry 3 had?
Oh yeah, it does have PvP multiplayer. I actually thought it was gonna only be co-op, but apparently it does. they haven't put a lot of focus about it, so it's probably really not going to be that big of a thing. But
Oh,
Far Cry 3,
what they probably doing? They probably going to leave that up to the map creators, the people
yeah,
that create the maps and shit. Because that I
yeah,
did see in the comment section that somebody said that they had the map editor, and that's a big deal right there because that's what kept me playing. Which Far Cry was it? It was on a 360. What was it? Far Cry 3 that had the map editor?
I think Far Cry 3 did have that shit, and Far Cry 2 as well.
Yeah, Far
Craig,
Cry
I don't know if you
2.
know about that. Did Far Cry 3 have that?
It that sounds right. Now, don't take me wrong on this. Something's crackling. It sounds like Rice Krispies.
Oh,
Oh,
my fault. That is my mic. My fault, but it's because I'm outside right now.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if it was something on my end. It was something on.
yeah.
Is it still crackling?
Nah, it's good now.
It's
All
good
right,
now.
let me move away from these dry ass leaves.
Well, at least they dry.
That's so good.
Yeah, but nah, they've. I certainly hope. I want Far Cry to do well. It's just I'm buying MLB the Show. I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
buying
yes sir.
Yeah, that's first. Then Nino Kuni 2. Then God of War. Then Detroit Become Human. Then Yakuza 6. That's which means I got to get
Yakuza 6.
Yeah, Yakuza. I think that's what it's called.
I
Yakuza.
forgot that was coming out in April, man.
Yeah, it's buried. Yeah, it's buried amongst all these other ones. So, and
Yo,
then
you know what? Why I love Yakuza so much because it reminds me of the old school game on Dreamcast, Shenmue.
yeah, I just got to figure out what order to play them in because I know there's Zero, then there's Kiwami.
Yeah.
And, I just need to know which one to play. I mean, OBJ the Don. Shout out to him. I wrote it down somewhere here. He had it in the chat, and then I can't remember. I don't know what I did with that paper. So, but
I could show you what you can start out with. Yakuza 0 is that's like the prequel before everything. So start out with that one. I'm still playing it myself. Yeah.
All right. Then what about the Kiwami? Is that just a remake? Is that I'm trying to think. One's just a flat remake.
Yeah.
Then, so yeah, I'll start with 0. I just gotta find it. So and shout out again to anybody in the chat that's not played Witcher 3. It's on sale for $20 at Best Buy. This
At Best Buy? Holla.
Yeah.
I'm picking that shit up.
Yeah, I might pick that up myself too.
Get rid of this Destiny bullshit.
I'm thinking about picking that up in Owlboy from Ali over here telling me to buy that for the Switch.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Let's move on to this topic. I just saw this pop up on my phone. So CD Projekt Red seemingly implying that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be a cross-gen title. What do you guys think about that? Makes sense to me, really.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they would. They need to keep it going, keep that ball rolling.
Yeah, you say it was going to be cross-gen?
Yeah. I found something right here. The source is from Gaming Bolt. It seems like, I guess with the technology that's being built into the game, it seems like it's gonna have to be like cross-gen. And also, you got to think about how long they've been working on this. I think this is supposed to be like a PS3 game or something like that. 360, or was that the Prey game?
Really?
I'm thinking of.
Which one?
The Cyberpunk 2077 game. Somebody in the chat let me know because I'm not really too sure about this game.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah.
That was on PC.
It was on PC?
Yeah.
Does anyone know in the chat how long this game has been in development? I've heard about this game, but I'm not really
It's been in
sure
development for a long time.
Yeah, ever since I think they started it. It's like when they were finishing Witcher 3, they moved part of that team to Cyberpunk. But all right, now you're saying cross-gen, so is that like it's gonna be on all platforms? Is that what you mean by that? Because I figured it would be anyway.
Platforms. It's not going to be like exclusive to like PS4 or PS5 or anything like that. It's going to be on Xbox. I'm not sure. So there's that.
Well, if you
Greg, let me ask you this because I talked about this with Symphony on I think Wednesday show. I think it was. Rise of the not Rise. Fuck. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. What are your thoughts about that? And what do you want to see in this new installment of the franchise?
This to keep the momentum up. I think both those Tomb Raider games, the reboot series, you want to call it that. Both of those are good. I like how they timed that trailer with the movie being released. So the movie, I saw it; it was just kind of okay. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'll buy it. Day one, more than likely. That if I still have my Xbox, because it's for sale at this point, I'll buy it on the X. It's just, I mean, I got a feeling I want to just go ahead and finish my PC build and play it on that. I need to, and X looks like it may be the odd man out. So. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but yeah. But getting back to Cyberpunk, if you play The Witcher 3 and you talk to Siri enough, she actually mentions the world of Cyberpunk.
Yep.
Really? Oh shit!
Yep.
I didn't know that. What the hell?
Very quick Easter egg on one of the places she portaled to, and the people had range. They would shoot people from a long way, and they had flying ships. I mean, she says it was just kind of a throwaway line, but it's kind of like, but in CD Projekt Red was like, well, they wouldn't say it was officially an Easter egg, but that's what was she that the way she can portal again?
Yeah. They did make some hints saying that, like, you might be able to bump into her. Like,
yeah, they bump into her while she's portaling, so, or you may see her in the city, so yeah, you're right, man. I'm excited about it. I personally think it's going to be a PS5 game. That's just my opinion.
Really? Okay.
So,
okay.
It'll be a PS5, Xbox X game, whatever you want to call it. So, it'll play on the PS4 as well. I've been trying to tell people that they were hurting, So, but
they were moist.
Yeah. Well, they were upset about the price, and it's like if you save $1 a day for the next 2 years, you'll have enough money to get it. Then if it drops in price, you got enough money to get it and have extra to go get you a couple table dances, People were just terrible, man. They were just going through it. I guess that was last Wednesday night. People were going through it, so
so chat, if you guys got any questions, we're gonna be heading off in a couple of minutes, but ask us some questions if you got any questions for the panel here. And we'll be happy to answer any questions you guys got. So yeah, shoot away with the questions. Right here, I got another article right here. This is, I don't know if you guys play Monster Hunter or anything like that, but there's a new update coming out on March 22nd, including the addition of Devil Joe or Ho, classic monster from some of the previous Monster Hunter games. And they're going to be adding him, rebalancing some weapons, several quality of life, and gameplay tweaks. And they're going to be adding some armor sets and some special events alongside with that. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty hyped up for that. I'm liking the free DLC that they've been putting out for the game. I'm pretty happy with the game, man. I just beat it recently. It was a really fleshed out game. The only thing I didn't like was how ridiculous the matchmaking was for inviting your friends. I felt like it should have been a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah.
Like shooting out a flare and then having to let your friends know when they can join it's just ridiculous. But we got a question here in the chat. Anyone excited for Starfield? I've never heard about that game. I'll be honest. What about you guys?
I never heard of it neither.
No.
Yeah. So I'm not sure about that. Uncompetitive, though, he says that Death Stranding may be a cross-generation game. I think so. I think so. But Kojima did say that the game it could release before the Olympics in 2020. It is in 2020, right? The Olympics in Japan, I think it is. I think it's.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he said the Olympics are like, it's before 2020 and before 2019, so it'll be like or after 2019, something like that, in the lines of that. But I'm not sure. You guys got any questions? I don't have any other news right here. Let me see if I can find something. Oh, Summer Olympics 2020. Oh, okay. Craig, what do you think about this listing about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? Um, Supposedly it's supposed to come out April 30th.
Craig left.
Oh, he left?
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, but
Yeah, I'm not like I love the dude that was in there before Fatal. Like he hit it on the money. Like, you know, everybody has a love-hate relationship with COD. I'm one
exactly.
of them. You know, I buy them every year. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, you know, don't release too many cards in one year because, you know, number one, you're gonna split the player base. Two, you know, you're gonna have to dabble with, you know, changing what Modern Warfare used to be to like how Modern Warfare Remastered was. Like it when they started adding in you know, the supply drops and everything. People weren't too happy about that because it kind of like changed how the original was played. It's kind of like a 50-50. Like you want to spice up the gameplay, so you add some new stuff, but making people pay for it, you know, I kind of say like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know why they would release it so early. That's kind of what's throwing me off is that they would want to release it in April, so it's just I don't think it's true necessarily. But we got a question right here, from Uncompetitive. He says, "Will Microsoft pay Activision for early access to maps in Black Ops 4?" I don't think so, man. I think don't doesn't Sony have a contract or PlayStation have a contract with Activision for a couple years? I think they just like signed another deal for it. I think wasn't it coming to a close or something like that, and I think they re-signed with him again or something.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that, but if the way Phil Spencer talks about like, you know, when it comes to exclusive content, like he don't really like doing shit like that. So like who knows? That's like one of the things that's like up in the air.
Yeah, I
But
Yeah.
I'm
agree.
excited for it though. I'm excited for Black Ops 4. I can't front. I buy the Call of Duties every year, even though it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, exactly. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. You can hate something but still have love for it. That's how I feel about Call of Duty. I got World War II, even though like I hate it sometimes. I'm still like into it and shit. I still play
Yeah,
it. And
yeah, I can't front. I can't get off that shit for some reason, man. I've been
yeah,
playing a lot of Call of Duty lately.
man, yeah, I know you addicted to that shit, man. But God, he says right here, PS2 released in March 2000, so that could be a 20-year anniversary kind of thing. Could be. Maybe they
Oh, word, word.
yeah, the launch of the PS5 could feel more special, you know, if they maybe do
Shit, do you
a
guys
remake or
think
something.
that like PlayStation might jump back into the handheld market, or that's it, they done?
Oh yeah, that's I think Craig back. Craig, I'll let you answer that. What do
I
you
don't know what happened. I got booted to my security check-in. They had to change my password.
No, it's all good, brother, man. No, it's all good. What you think Sony's gonna delve back into the handheld space?
No, no, no. They're getting out of that. So they made no
Yeah,
bones about it. Their new president was like, "Nah, they doubled down on their." Now they got out of it, but they did double down on their first party IP. So
yeah,
so yeah, they're fine. No reason to go into the handheld market. Nintendo's got that on lock. So but I mean, and I wouldn't, but we'll have to wait and see what exactly they end up doing. So
Uncompetitive said that his prediction is that the PS5 will be a TV.
What the hell? That's wild, bro. If a PS5 is a fucking TV, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. Really, that's gonna be a
Oh
hybrid.
man,
That's more of a hybrid than a Switch is.
A smart TV where you could just play your PS5 games, like.
Yeah, if the PS5 is like similar to the Switch, like Tony Play Games is saying, like I would prefer that really. But
Yeah, true. Oh, that'll be dope. Actually, that would be real dope.
if Sony doesn't make another handheld, it'll be a little sad because the PSP was such a fucking great handheld system. You had some Monster Hunter games on there, and like you just had so many great games. I think Hot Pursuit was on there, or Pursuit, I
Yeah.
forgot what it was called. I think it was called that, but you had a lot of great games on there, and
Yeah, I gotta do some research on that to see like what the hell happened. Like the PSP was good, and then they had like all of these other like spin-off PSPs, like the PSP Pocket, the PSP Go,
oh yeah,
and
I
shit
remember
like
that.
that.
Yeah, that was I don't know what happened to that. I wonder why they made that exactly. It didn't really make sense. I think it was only digital only too, or something like that as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. All
System.
right, that makes sense.
But remember that patent that we saw a couple? I think maybe it might have been 2 years now, but that patent from PlayStation where it looked kind of like a Switch. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'm wondering if that's gonna be the PS5 like console.
Hmm.
Like that would be interesting to see if they go the same route as Nintendo here. I don't know how a lot of people are gonna feel about that. I think it's gonna be sick. I think it would be dope because if you know how Sony is, you know they put a lot of power in their systems compared to Nintendo. So maybe we could see a handheld 1080p or something like that. Maybe
Shit,
1080p
maybe
graphics.
1440p handheld,
Yeah, maybe
and when
1440p.
and when you dock it, it goes to 4K.
Yeah,
Like knowing
exactly.
Sony,
That.
because they don't mind selling shit
Oh,
at a loss.
yeah, they don't exactly because they're gonna make it back up with the software that they make for the system, so
Exactly.
it'll be all good. Chat, you guys should let me know what you guys think about that. You think if let me know if that's a possibility of Sony to do. What about you, Craig? Do you think they could go that route? Like, would you buy one if it was a hybrid?
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, if it was a hybrid system.
I don't know. I'm on the fence with the PS5 because I'm pretty sure my PC will be done by then, and I'll already be at 1440p, hopefully 60 or unlocked with all the the high textures. So I'll be okay. So and there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with the Pro if you just want to be able to take advantage of your 4K display, which that's what they got them for, and not a huge. There is a difference in the checkerboarding in native 4K if you get close enough to it. I mean, if you're 5-7 feet back like you should be, you can't really tell. But I'm not here to say there's no differences so that people don't be trying to take my head off. But a native picture is always better than a non-native picture. But if you get close enough, because I played Rise of the Tomb Raider on the Pro, and then I played it, once they did the patching on the X, I went back and played it. And yeah, it's the 4K 30 mode on the X is brighter. I mean, it looks the presentation is much better, and I had a low gambit HDR on my TV, so now I'm gonna put it on this mid to high gambit on the on my 7000 just to kind of see the opening scene where you got her in the red coat, her with black shoes, white snow, to see the contrast with the sun glistening in the back. So just to kind of see the HDR and what it looks like in this gambit. So, but yeah, no, to answer your question, nah, and the PS5 is not going to be there. It's going to be a generational leap over the PlayStation 4, not a complete generational leap over the Pro.
Yeah,
Alright,
I agree with that.
So I'm gonna end the show here. We went over an hour here. I want to thank everybody that was on the panel today. Fado, Symphony, Craig. I appreciate you guys coming out. Means a
No
lot.
doubt.
Definitely come back next week if you guys down for that. I'd be more than happy to invite you guys to another episode of Pablo Game Talk. I want to thank the chat for being active. I want to thank you guys for coming through and you know checking me out. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. I'm gonna be back with the panel next week, 7 p.m. sharp. So you guys check that shit out. It's your boy Pablo the Third, aka the real P3, like my boy the Messiah. And I'll let you guys do the outros. Symphony, you go ahead, brother.
All right, Symphony Jules saying peace out. If you want to holler at me on Twitter, at Symphony Jules. Peace.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Craig Harris, aka the Messiah of Xbox, and just follow me on Twitter at the Messiah of X, and or come over to the YouTube channel and hang out. And shout out to Pablo. Thanks for the vine here. And nice to meet you, Symphony. He's a cool ass dude. Man.
You too, my brother.
No problem.
Definitely, no doubt. And everyone that's here, I'm pretty sure most of you guys are subscribed to him. But check out Jay Wags' channel. He went live just now, so I'm gonna hop on there. Maybe Craig might hop on there as well. So we'll see you guys over there.
All right, peace out.
Peace out, brother. Take it easy. Have a good evening.